Howdy do, guys. I'm kind of just vibing out to the music right now. There you go. Oh, wait. Huh? YouTube chat did not load. That was weird. Oh, you're cold right now, Lorem? Unfortunate. You've been talking about how cold it is where you are. Like, it's been snowing a lot, apparently, right? There we go. Now YouTube chat is up. There you go. Ah, okay. We're gonna change Stickman to Mighty Grandpa when Mighty Grandpa's ready. And not a moment before. Boom. But until then, you know, we got Stickman here. Now, mainly we're gonna be working on getting these animations functional. Yeah, let's see my boy. Okay, so when you punch, when you go like that, bang, the punch does not happen fast enough. This is mainly what we're going to be working on today. Just getting all the animations in the right place, you know, looking correctly, doing what they gotta do. Open up the base player. Let's see it. How am I? I'm doing pretty good, honestly. I got work today later, which is... It is what it is. Tiring, but... Okay. So, as a quick reminder, by the way, of what we've done, I've removed the basic IA attack and replaced it, and now it's just charge attack. Our basic attack is just pressing charge attack fast, pretty much. I think having this timer, although maybe if we just increase this timer, it might be better. If you press it real quick, our minimum damage is 2. If you hold it, it takes some time. I don't know. We'll have to find something. Oh, right. We have to set up a couple different layers of animations where, like, let's go to our textures. Let's go to our temp textures. Oh, I need you to put you in the right flipbook. So, see how we have, like, multiple stages where we have you starting to pull back, pulling back, fully pulled back. Is it cold there? A little bit, but it's not that cold. We're gonna create a flipbook called this FB for flipbook, of course. Temp begin charge. Begin punch charge. Or just punch charge begin. Just to have a little more order. Pause, please, so that I can actually... Whatever, it's fine. Hey, Elbrew, welcome, welcome. Howdy do, man. We're working on the animations again. Okay, so you have beginning punch charge. This one will give us FB temp punch charge middle, and then punch charge end, because in case you remember, in last stream that we worked on my grandpa, I came to a realization that the way that I'm doing animations doesn't really work if we want to have a multiple like layers of charging. Character designing right now, so I won't be as chatty as usual. Doing good. How about you? All right, that's fine. I feel like if I can get up, the market that I feel like I'm gonna be the best for is people just listening to me ramble on while they do stuff. Which, to be fair, is actually the kind of content I like a lot. Things that I can just put in the background while I work on something else. But I am doing wonderfully. Thank you for asking. Oh, bro. The stream might end a little bit earlier than normal because I do have to get ready for work later. Punch, charge, and... Now we have 3 layers. Animations, they don't look like animations, but it's fine. Oh, thank you for the follow, Gwaine. Howdy. Am I saying your name right? Gwaine? Gawain? I don't know. I just been always saying Gwaine. But hello. When am I gonna continue 5 Nights at Red, guys? I don't know. Maybe at some point. People seem to like seeing me work on other stuff. So, maybe. 5 Rats at Denny's. Wait, no, that's actually such a good name. I can make it a Denny's. And it'd be very realistic, too, because, you know, it's a Denny's. Anything can happen there. Okay. Now that we have our flip books made, honestly, I'm just gonna pull this out so that I don't have to worry about... dang it. So I don't have to worry about, making, like, a mess of stuff. What the... Bro. There you go. Also, just so I can organize things better. Even after I tried. Okay. So, integrating these animations is a little more difficult than I was hoping it would be. I'm not super surprised, to be honest. Considering that... I knew we were gonna have to integrate animations since the very beginning, but I figured, okay, I could just add them later without much issue. Clearly, there is issue. This gives you a break from listening to music 24/7, which is probably not the healthiest thing. Maybe. I think... I don't know about the negatives of continuously listening to music, but I know listening to music is beneficial for you. Music is fun fact, they scientists have been using music to help people with Alzheimer's for a while now. Certain songs like from their past tend to have them be able to remember stuff, which is fascinating, honestly. Okay, so you press F to start this. Yeah, music. I mean, humans are very... The connection between humanity and music is, like, very ancient. It's how we told stories. It's how we passed on information in the beginning. Something, constant stimulation and headset volume damaging your ear. Oh, yeah, your hearing. I mean, yes. I was terrified of damaging my hearing with music. So for a very, very long time, I would never put my volume higher than 50%, ever. Even now, my computer volume, which I don't think you guys can see, is 3. Okay, so you press this, started, so this means the moment you press F, it doesn't go through the process of confirming various things. It's just starts, okay. It does a branch check. Are you already attacking? So that you can't stack attacks for anything. Your PC volume is always at 20% and music at like 25. Yeah, I did put music, Lorem, in the previous one. Alright, so if this is false, go into attacking. Set attacking the true. Start a timer. This timer it will determine how long have you been holding the button, your attack button. Every 0.3 seconds that you're holding it, you do more damage. I think this is actually too short. Oh, you want to hear the music? There it is. But 0.4 seconds is kind of long. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. Seems like Yoshi's Island. I mean, it's a good game, so nice comparison. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes about 5 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it takes about 5 seconds to do a full 10 damage. Which is fine, I guess. We'll have to see how it feels like in actual play to really test if that's a good amount of time or not. Man, we got quite a bit of people here today. Thank you all for joining. You always put your PC at 80% volume? Lorem, is that... are you wearing headphones? Because that's really loud. Okay. Winding up punch. Okay. Winding up punch shouldn't go here, I don't think. Dang it, I have to redo this as well. So we have wind up, but that's not what we want anymore. We want update begin punch. We want... Jeez. I told you I was going to need to make this way longer, eh? So, glad that I advanced that. No headphones, 100% volume. Neighbors love you. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Let's rename this variable to is beginning punch. Then we'll rename this one to, let's just copy this. Nope. That's not how I wanted to paste it, actually. Copy this one over here in our variables. Call this one is, holding punch. No, is holding punch should probably be the last one. So, like, at the very end, when you're at max damage, if you keep holding it, this is the animation it'll play. It'll be like Eugene going like this, like strained, ready to punch. That's what that one will be. Do you watch anime? You don't? I used to watch anime. I don't really watch anime anymore, though, Lorem. It's not like because I don't like it or anything. I just don't, really. Okay. Get is holding punch. If this is true, then play the animation, FB temp charge. Whoops, no. Punch, charge, end. And now we need one more. I feel like this is like such an inefficient way to do what I want, to be honest with you. I can't think of another way to do the animations, though. Maybe something about a select, potentially. maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm using a select, but I mean more like in, like a conditional select, like on something and connects it all into a single thing where it's like, okay, if this number is inserted, go to 1. If this variable is inserted, go to option B. Instead of having this daisy chains of like selects. I don't know. I'll just get it working first before I start considering other possibilities, maybe. And then we need one more of these. It's kind of... This is the weirdest form of animation I've ever done, to be honest with you. Alright, is holding punch, is charging punch. Yeah, I think that's a good way to call that. The middle stage. So... Is beginning, is charging, is holding. We have 3 stages for our thing. Have you touched grass today? No, I haven't touched grass today. I will be touching grass later, though. For a short amount of time. Until I go into the building where I work. But... after that... Before and after that, I will be touching grass. Thank you for your concern, though, Lauren. Have you touched grass, though? There you go. Update. Charge. Punch. And then update, hold, update, hold charge. Good chat. Oh, I thought Laura said something else as well. There we go. Oh, also, I've started working on that idea that I had about a little series of world building stuff. I'm kind of scripting it right now to see what I'm going to talk about episode 1. Where, as I said before, it's mainly just going to be like an introduction to the world that I've started building. An overall look at it. And after that, that's mainly episode 1. After that, we'll be working on actual additions and changes to stuff. Modifying it. Looking forward to that. Well, I'm glad. Okay, so we have these animations set up. Now we need to call them. So, you press F. If you... It starts a timeline where as soon as the timeline starts, beginning punch. But, okay. Here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna do a thing where it'll check how much our base damage is. See alarm. I'm not sure if intuition's telling you, but Laura might be cold. Nah, he's fine. Okay. So, in our charge attack damage, I think here we're gonna set a branch. because this gets called every 0.4 seconds that you're holding the thing. Alright, see you, little. What I'm thinking is that we grab our base damage, because that's what's getting increased when you hold it. And then from there, we check if this is greater than or equal to a certain amount. And we'll do this twice. So, for the first one, we're checking, alright, is our damage greater than or equal to... I'm not sure. Wait, let me think. So our minimum damage is 2, our maximum damage 10. So yeah, I'll go 4 and 8. So if it's less than 4, then you just do the normal punch because you haven't held it long enough. And if it's more than 4, do the other additional charge. And if it's higher than 8, go to the final thing. Beginning punch starts playing from the moment that you press it. So you'll immediately go like this, pull his arm back. So if this is true, do another branch here where... So this way it'll check if it's both higher than, if it's higher than both of these numbers. Do you guys hear something in the background? I'm sorry if you do. I can like close the door if that's an issue. Alright. With that, all we need is to set these situations to true. So if this is true, but this is false, then set is charging punch to true. You only hear their music on me? Alright. But if this is true and this is true, then set is holding punch to true. There we go. If this is false, do nothing. Let's see what that looks like right now. Okay. Not great. Is beginning punch should play... Oh, it's playing the wrong animation, actually. This is middle. This is end. This is punch. So this one needs to be... punch. Yeah, okay. FB, temp, punch, begin. There you go. Let's see if that does look slightly better. What? Huh? Wait. If I hold it, we do this. But as soon as I let go, now we're stuck in that final stage. That stage that didn't even happen at all in the first place. Why? What is going on here? Okay. Can I add a breakpoint there, or is the fact that it is in a timeline an issue? No. Okay. So this is false. Do nothing. It's gonna continue to be false because it's like causing issues. Because the moment that it gets played, I stop being able to So if I put is charging punch. Okay, now we're here. Oh, well, there's also the issue that we're never setting this to false. So go through there, and then canceled and completed. When this happens, we need to set all of these to false. I think, hopefully. If that's not the solution, which it might not be, to be honest, I'll just be a little disappointed, to be honest. Alright. Yeah, see, this is what I don't get. As long as we hold it, we play the punch animation. Because beginning punch starts here. Okay. We need to get rid of this. Okay. Maybe like this. Put it over here instead. Well, actually, I don't see why that would... Yeah, no, that didn't fix anything. It might be a matter of priority over here instead. But our begin punch animation has lower priority than our charge and our hold charge and then our actual punch. No, wait, our punch itself has highest priority. Right, that's the issue. There you go. I thought it made sense to have, you know, our punch have higher priority than the charge, but that's not really how it works, is it? What we want is for our charged that if we're no longer charging, it's time to punch and then turn off that punch. At least that's what I'm getting in my brain. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Look. Boom, boom, boom. Punch. We didn't punch. Boom. Okay. Better, but not quite. I think, actually, we can set it... I think we could solve this by turning this thing off sooner. Punch mod check. I mean, pretty much. If we connect both of these to that, and then plug into there... Okay. Doom, doom, doom. Well, that's odd. Well, that's really odd because it's somehow even worse now. We charge up, and then we do like a punch for a split second, and they get stuck in our charge form. That's not right. But why is that happening is the question. put a breakpoint on this delay, I think. Maybe the delay is the issue. Normally the delay is helpful, but that might actually be the problem. Also, hey Traylon, it's been a while, I think. Hey, how have you been doing? Oh. Okay, the delay... Well, the delay is part of the problem, but... Oh! The reason it's part of the problem is that the clear and invalidate is at the end. What are you doing? I'm setting up animations for the game. Actually, why is this thing all the way over here? Because it doesn't need to be at all. Clear and invalidate handle, by the way, is what turns off the this timer, which causes the event charge damage, which of course increases our damage. This should be before the delay. Why did I put it afterwards? I'm assuming there's a reason, but I can't think of one because it just makes sense that this would immediately go over here instead. After this finishes doing its thing, so you've either completed the input, which means you've held it, or you've canceled it, which means you've let it go. So, holding punch, turn that off. Press this animation. Oh, punching is here. That's not where that should be. I know why I put it there, but it shouldn't be there. It should be over here in the rest of everything else. I think. Yes. Specifically, it should be right here. The delay exists so that you can play the animation, and then everything else happens. Right? I'm pretty sure. Boom. 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 Close. It is close, I'll say that. I increased the delay to give the animation more time to play. But when you charge it, it doesn't have enough time to play. I don't think so. Is that the issue? Let's just increase the delay to like... Let's just increase it like 1 second. And see if that fixes the issue. No, it doesn't. The animation just doesn't play at all. Actually, I think I'm being dumb. I was right, but to put it over here. This activates it immediately. So it's like just... It's holding. The punch animation is ready, but it's not playing because it's being overwritten by... is beginning punch and this other stuff. Oh, also we gotta turn this off as well. So we drag all this stuff over a little bit again. So just... There we go. Because it's beginning punch. Alright, I think I got it. Sweet. Just mess around until it all works. That's how you code. And if it doesn't work, mess around some more. There we go. We threw our punch. I think we do need that extra 0.1 second to bring this up to 0.5 for it to happen fast enough. But 1, 2. All right, fully charged. We hold. We hold. We hold. There you go. The holding will continue to play as long as you hold, and then you punch. I think I could probably just make this nicer by making the punch animation itself a little faster. But that's fine. This is mostly just temporary assets. We just want this to work, which I'm happy that it does. See, it even works backwards. Yay. It does its whole thing. You punch, and then you can do it again. Sweet. Okay. I should probably try to optimize the code at least a little bit before I leave it off. Let me just get a quick look at what I can... Having this many just booleans feels a little off, to be honest with you. But also, how else would I do it, really? Any ideas, people? Because this is our... You know what? Maybe let me put up some comments around so I can actually, like, think about stuff. Okay. This one is line trace for damage. It'd be kind of good to, you know, condense stuff down. All this stuff can easily be commented as update animation or punch animation. Me nodding your head, you nodding your head responsive repeatedly. You understand nothing. That's no, I get that, man. I watch some videos of people who, like, real programmers, unlike me, who, like, genuinely know what they're doing, and they, like, do some crazy stuff, and I'm like, yeah, damn, that's crazy. Nodding my head when I have no idea, even though they explained it, I don't really get at all how they did what they are saying that they did. It's really impressive, and I'm like, man, that's so cool, but I don't get it at all. Like, one person who made a 3D game without any 3D textures, it was a ton of math and really cool, but I did not get it at all. So this is this cyber bullying thing I keep hearing about. Bullying, indeed. And it's just very, very interesting. Like, that one person who made an entire ocean, and they did, like, a ton of optimization so that the ocean could run, like, realistically. A lot of math. It's really cool, like, the cheats that you can do just by using math purely to have. Because if you just have the math doing stuff for you instead of rendering everything out, you could save a lot of processing power, because the math is relatively simple, even scaled up. Well, no, it's not simple at all, but it's easy for the computer to repeatedly do that forever. And, like, in the game where they made a 3D game without using any 3D software, like, at all, it's wild, because they essentially just use fractals math to create and you can use fractals to make an infinite level, which takes, like, practically zero processing power. Wild. I don't even get it. This is how you see people who use Houdini to do FX and 3D. Oh, like that one person who used Blender to make a FNAF game. Have you heard of that? I didn't know that was possible. Like, I thought Blender was like a 3D and like animation stuff. Like, how do you make a game in there? Genuinely, I don't understand. I don't get it. I saw it and it looked good. I was just like, crazy. There we go. You can't GD on Blender. I'm fairly certain you can't, right? Like, maybe they use another software as well, but genuinely, I don't understand how. Because everything I saw, people were saying, no, this is like purely on Blender, which is crazy to me. Like, I can't even begin to understand how that's possible. Like, I'm using a game engine and it's complicated, right? Probably meant only 3D render, maybe. But even then, that's impressive. Like, how do you do it without coding anything? Line trace for damage. This thing. I could probably get rid of this string, but it's for development only. It's whatever. Comment around this. Or maybe use camera trickery to make a fake game visual. Maybe. It was playable. Like, people downloaded and played the game. I don't know. Reset. Attack values. But yeah, some people, they're crazy. They're absolute lunatics, and it's impressive. It really, really is impressive. Okay, there we go. Nice and cleaned up with our comments around them. Every field has those crazies which makes you go, no, seriously, what the hell? Real. That's kind of how I feel sometimes when I see, like, engineering content. You know, YouTube engineers, the ones who, like, decide, I'm gonna do this really crazy thing by myself, and then they just do it. Wild. Engineers, architect's worst enemy. Oh, man. But that's real, though. I learned a little bit of architecture in Full Sail because, surprisingly, architecture is a thing that you do need to know when you're designing levels. Shocking. I know. And I learned a lot about architecture there, honestly. But you're really encouraged to just ignore real architecture. Like, what's physically possible, because it's a game engine. Everything is physically possible. Your teacher semi-regularly tells you to move your ass. There's always a Chinese or Indian guy better than you. Listen, no, that's real good advice, though. Anyway, there is always somebody who's better than you. So don't worry about making it perfect. Just do it. Because everything worth doing is worth doing badly. I learned that not too long ago, but I think like a month now. That really has become a maxim in my life. Everything worth doing is worth doing badly. I might as well go like that, right? No, I don't like how that looks. I know it doesn't matter too much, but I don't like it. Do. I'm just kind of organizing things right now. Honestly, seeing the guys in game design class in my school doing math and coding made you glad you went into animation and game art. No, I get that. I was actually considering doing animation instead of game design. For like a decent while. Like when I was signing up for Full Sail University, I was so unsure what I wanted to do. Either I was doing 2D art or like a game art in general, or I was going to be doing 3D animation or 2D animation if I could convince, because they did have a program for that. And then after I actually entered game design. I was so... The first couple of months were rough for me. Like, they were genuinely kind of rough. Like, our introduction to C# class was... That was actually hell for me. Because I had never done, like, proper coding before that. And they wanted us to do pretty basic stuff. But I could not grok it. Each assignment was divided into, okay, let's do something. I'll show you everything that you need to do for it. And then here's the second thing where we'll start you off, and then you have to finish it, like with using your own knowledge. And that second one was where all the actual grading came from. It was rough. It was painful. Valuable lessons were learned, though, to be fair. I learned a lot of basic terms that I would later on use, like enums. Gosh, enums. They're so valuable. Okay, this thing is done. I don't need to be messing around with this anymore. Use your own knowledge. Oh, yeah. Okay, with our attack done, we can actually move on to doing pretty much the same thing with everything else. Ah, wait. If you quickly press the button and you have less than... You do 1 damage without doing animation. That is an issue, actually. That's the reason you decided not to go into CS, because you have no basis. Yeah. Okay. If we quickly press this activates... No, this doesn't have enough time to activate, because it goes through the canceled immediately. Which allows us to do 1 damage. At a minimum, we do 1 damage. But because we don't go down here, we don't get is punching set up. Which I think is why... Okay, I was right. We do want to put it here. My throat is actually a little sore from yesterday's stream. I was talking so much because I was having so much fun. And that I've like destroyed my voice. It's kind of horrible. There we go. Solved. Although, does that mean that I should remove this one? Let's see. I mean, you were laughing a lot. Yeah. It doesn't help also that... Still not over pig farts. I'm certain pig farts is gonna be a real school. I can feel it. I know it is. I know it in my heart of hearts. So I'm excited for that. That probably reveal. That'll definitely happen, I think. There we go. With that, I think we're good. You were never into musicals much? I adore musicals. Since high school. Since like the beginning of high school, they were like my favorite thing. I think Hamilton introduced me to the concept of musicals, and since then I've been devouring. Well, not like the concept of music. They introduced me to like proper musicals and not like musical shows. I loved it so much. Okay. we go. If I zoom in and I zoom back out. Okay. And then this one is update charge damage. Update attack damage. I feel like Hamilton is one of the most American high school things I've heard of, and you know genuinely nothing about it. What's it about? Wow, that's crazy. The idea that you don't... Okay, I'm sorry. I guess, wow, you really don't know much about musicals. Hamilton is a musical about the founding fathers of the United States of America, specifically Alexander Hamilton. Name rings a bell, but aside of that, wow, nothing. Really? That's crazy to me. And the musical is a modern sort of styling of it, I would say. I guess that would probably be the most accurate way to describe it. There's a lot of rap in it. It's very much not a traditional musical by a lot of metrics. And give me a moment. And it's written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. He is really popular now afterwards. Oh, you're a Frenchie. That explains a lot then. Although one of the best characters in the musical is also French. Lafayette, what a great guy. But anyway, yeah, it's based off the life of Alexander Hamilton and all from before he got into the United States to the very end of his life when he died in a duel versus Aaron Burr, sir. Sorry, the sir thing is a reference to the musical. Every time they say his name, they add sir afterwards, and it gets funnier every time it happens. And it's just a really good musical. It's a really well sung. Pretty much the entire cast is not white, which, you know, some people have opinions about that. See it as a, like, you know, whatever the opposite of whitewashing is, which is like, but most people didn't care. I didn't care. Who cares? It's a musical. Yeah, it's just really good. All the songs are great. It's a surprisingly memeable musical as well. I think the fact that it's memeable and it's good, really, both of those contributed a ton. There's like a ton of animatics. I think the entire musical has been animated at this point by like fans, pretty much. Okay, with that done, let us pop this other. Well, really wanted to, but okay. No, fair enough. I see why it's not. We can watch it together on Discord. Yeah, sure. Unfortunately, I can't do like a YouTube react to it. Otherwise, my channel would probably get striked into oblivion. Because unlike Team Star Kid, most musicals, especially ones that are on Broadway, like like Hamilton, are really copyrighted. But we can definitely watch it on Discord. You know what? Maybe on my Discord, I could do like a little community thing, because like I've been slowly getting more people like on my Discord. Do like a little react that only the Discord people can enjoy. That'd be kind of fun. You have a Discord? Yeah, I have one for my Reddit stuff. Should I post the link? Yeah, sure. You know what? I'll post the link. Because my computer is terrible, I have, instead of like going on Discord and getting the link, the way that I do it is that I have the link copied into a notepad so that I can post it up. Because I tried to like open up Discord before so I can get the link, and the last time I did it, it just crashed the stream. The invite is expired? That's the worst news you could have given me ever. Let's hope the stream doesn't crash from me opening up Discord. Let's hope everything is fine. Just to vibe out to music for a moment. Oh no, Oprah joined. Well, I'll just assume the invite is invalid anyway. Edit. Expired, never. Generate new link. Copy. This one never expires. Okay, perfect. There. New one. Let me update my notepad then. My text document. Save. New link. There you go. Oh, use the invite in the description. There you go. See, that's the benefit of being on YouTube. Okay. First of all, let's organize this thing, because I don't know what happened to this whole blocks, but everything got ugly here. Alright. So this is our ground slam. In case you don't know what our ground slam is, it's this. I forgot we had music. Oh my god. That has scared me every single time so far. So our ground slam does this. Bam! We slam it to the ground. Actually, I think I need to update it as well. Music jump scare. So, like our attack, we have a variable that's checking, are we attacking? This is so that we don't stack like attacks upon each other. So if you're already ground slamming, you can't punch, you can't do any other attacks, you are ground slamming. I thought you'd seen him be here from you knowing each other. He doesn't really come to my streams. Also, he's not talking to me. So that's a thing. Yeah, okay, let's get straight. Nah, don't worry about it. So, okay. You get ground slamming. Is attacking. We also check if you're ground slamming, because it doesn't make sense for you to ground slam if you're already ground slamming. Except, you wouldn't be able to ground slam, because if you're attacking, then wait. I think I'm dumb. Yeah, wait. Wait, no. We don't need ground slamming. So like if you're in the air, you can ground slam. But wait. Let me look at this again. I feel there's something wrong with my logic here. Okay, so far, why do we need ground slamming? Oh, it's for our canceled. There you go. I got it. I got it. If you cancel, as in you let go of the ground slam button, so this is what happens if you cancel. That's not what's supposed to happen. Actually, that's literally the opposite of what's supposed to happen. If you let go of it, the ground slam is supposed to continue. Is ground slam a different command from punch? They're the same. They're different. Ground slam is down, while punch is F. So in the air, you can do a punch. So you can do a little back. Also, what the heck? These things regain their collision. What? I got rid of these things' collision like 3 times already, and it's back. Why? Why does it have collision? You're supposed to be able to walk past these poles. What? Whatever. I'll figure out why that's issues happening later. But yeah, no, we don't need this is ground slamming here. We just need is attacking. But I mean, I guess there's no reason to get rid of the Indomitable Collision Spirit or Dark Magics. Both are very possible here, I guess. If you are not ground slamming and you are not attacking, then you can start ground slamming. Makes sense so far. So set ground slamming to true and go down this branch. The branch checks are you falling, which means that you're so if you're doing one, you can't do the other. Yes, that's the idea. Is falling is our way of checking, are you in the air? Because if you're in the air and you're not flying, which is a whole other thing, which Mighty Grandpa can't do. If you aren't flying, but you're in the air, then, alright, stop movement immediately. This is what makes it so that we just come to a complete halt. And then, set can be damaged to false, because otherwise, enemies will hurt you. Which is not how ground slamming is supposed to be working. Gosh, what happened everywhere? What the? No. Oh, jeez. Everything's so ugly. How do the wires get all crossed? I don't even know. Stop in the air immediately. Set to make it so you can't be damaged by the enemies that you're crashing onto. Set movement mode to none for a brief moment. For 0.2 seconds. That's how long you're in the air. That's your like little stop. And then set movement mode to falling. However, we also set our gravity to 5, so you fall really fast. Yes, iframes. Our normal gravity is like 2 around there. Our new gravity when you do this is 5. Although, I feel like now with our new size, 5 is not even that fast. I mean, it's fine. But also, I think our normal gravity is kind of low in general, so let's increase that to 6. Let's go to our normal gravity. Increase our gravity scale to like 2.5, maybe? There. We still, I feel like we're still kind of floaty. There you go. Slam. Bam. That feels at least a little fast. But our normal jumps are... whatever. I'm not... That's going to take a lot of, like, testing to get right, I think. We set our gravity scale to 6. And then... oh, wait. This might be the issue. We're setting our gravity scale to 1.5, which was our previous default. Although maybe... nah, whatever. I could replace a lot of these stuff where instead of having this set be a variable that constantly changes, that we have to constantly update, make it... it's currently hard-coded, I think is the term. Instead, we could have like something like this, where we get our character movement, and on event begin play, have a variable called original character movement, and then pull it from there, like various variables. Actually, let me make a category real quick. I just realized this is probably a good idea. This category will be called original values. original values. We have our, you know, our original sprite color as one of them. And now we're going to have our character movement as another one of them. Gravity. Wait, I have to find character movement component object reference. No, that's not correct. We just want this gravity scale. Can I just get gravity at all? No. I have a better idea. Turn that off. Get rid of that. Get gravity scale. And promotes variable. And we'll call this original gravity scale. Makes sense. Or just original gravity, honestly. And we can do this with various different variables for the character movement. Put this into the original values category for organization purposes. I can probably close these other stuff. Okay. And then, bada bing, bada boom, for all this kind of stuff, we just get our original gravity. Instead of having a hard-coded variable. And we can just keep reusing that, honestly. We can just keep reusing it. Funnily enough, our basic attack is... our ground slam does a ton of damage. It's like such a powerful attack, honestly. Because it does like 2 damage per frame. Which, in hindsight, I don't think is the best way to do this. Although we can figure it out after I untangle this stuff. Because here we have the string thing. This just tells us in-game how much damage we're doing. We have our actual applied damage, which is where the damage gets applied to. We have self just to tell the other thing who is doing the damage so that it knows like various things about us. Downward damage is this event that is called every 0.01 seconds. So every 0.01 seconds while ground slamming, we deal 2 damage to anything that touches us. So it's actually really, really powerful. And 0.2 is... I had to like balance this for like a while. Even now, I'm not really sure if it is balanced. This... Yeah, okay, there we go. I have to update this number. This sphere. Because let's turn on the debug thing for 1 frame and look at what it looks like. So when we ground slam, this is what's happening. See that tiny little thing in the middle? Now my gravity is a little too high now. I can't even jump over this pole. That's horrible. That's... Oh, jeez. It's fine. You're not even supposed to go past these poles anyway. So we jump and we do no damage. So let's put this at -100, so it's at least at our feet, which is where it's supposed to be. Oh, wait, no, that's length. I mean, it's kind of fine, I think. Yeah, this is where it ends. It's fine. And then have this be like, what was the number? I think it was like 26. Probably higher than that. 200 something, maybe. that's not high enough. Let's bring it up to like 100. Now that's a little too big, actually. 904. 94. I mean, what? I don't know what I was thinking there. Even that's a little too big. I want it like concentrated on our feet, you know? Rather than just like our entire body. Actually, I think I can kind of, if I add a negative, like one of these over here, maybe it's kind of fine. Like, here's what I'm thinking. Connect that there, and then plug this variable in here. Put this at like -50. Bring that out. Let's see what that looks like. Huh? Whoa. Wait, that's so weird. What? I have no idea why that happened. So try something like that. Oh boy. I don't even see it anymore. I think I'm just gonna have to accept there's some flaws to our system here. Sorry about that. A moment. No dice de qué? Weird. I don't know, maybe 85? I just kind of want our arms to not really hit while we're ground slamming. If I could just make him slightly more concentrated on... I think I'm overthinking this. Am I overthinking this? I think I'm overthinking this. It seems good enough. Anything beneath us is gonna die. Put that at -50 instead of 100 so that it's more closer to us. What's the problem? Nothing's really the problem, is the thing. I just want it more concentrated on our feet. Squirrel. I saw a squirrel. I thought it was like the neighbor's cat, which I've noticed sometimes gets into our backyard. But it's a squirrel, which is just as sorry. I got distracted. The thing that's the issue is that the start location, I have to change that. Because it's starting at where we are at, not our feet. But I don't really know how to change that, to be honest with you. And if I'm being completely real, I don't want to spend too much time figuring it out. So I am just going to do what I am meant to do and get the animations working. That the damage only occurs when the... No, I want it to be concentrated around the feet. Or like that like the top half of your like the top of your body doesn't deal the damage, but really it's such a it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Genuinely, it's fine as is. I'm just being anal about it. Okay, so this is what sets our damage. This sets where that damage is dealt to. Just straighten that pin, just for convenience sake, honestly. Straighten that pin. Push this thing back, like here. Push these here. Just reorganizing things so it's easier for me to look at later. And now, we can actually set up animations. It's wild that I didn't even realize that is attacking is not set up here. Like, at all. It does its thing, and is attacking just never gets activated. So technically, you can punch while ground slamming. It'd be awkward to do, but you can do it. So let's just solve that by plugging this in right there. And then I just need to set it so that when it stops, which is right here. Expand this and plug in is attacking as false right there. Easy. That's all I had to do. Put this back where it belongs, over here, and this up here. And straighten connection to right now. Whoops, not that one. The other one. Straighten connection to. No, that's again not the right one. Fine. I'll leave it where it is. What was I doing? Right, animations. Sorry, I blanked for a moment. Also, welcome, people who have joined the stream. I see you. I see everything. Except the things I don't see. Ground slamming. Let's rename this to is ground slamming. And there it is. It's right there. Perfect. I mean, it's true. I'm not a liar. I speak only in facts and things that I believe to be true. Alright, once more, we move that back. And I mean, actually, do I really need to set up an animation for ground slamming? Yes. Because right now, our ground slamming is crouch. Which is, like, fine, technically, but what if the crouch that my brother makes... Well, crouch is not gonna be like this. It's gonna... Crouch isn't gonna be like this. Crouch is something you can do like that. So, it'll be sideways facing. So, I do actually have to set it up. The issue, though, that I've realized is that when you press down, you crouch. Except, it's not an issue at all. What am I talking about? Because priority matters. priority is what's important here. So if I get is ground slamming, then that's what matters. The fact that it's ground slamming. I'm a genius. And for now, we'll just do crouch. Because it's convenient. But later on, it's set up so we can actually change it to something that, to whatever our actual ground slam animation will be. Let's just look at the ground slamming code again for a moment. Yeah, ground slamming starts immediately. And we stop moving immediately. And we start going down immediately. So it should be fine, I think. Actually, for testing purposes, let me turn this into a different animation. We'll turn this into enemy temp charge. Just something so that we know that it's playing, all right? So press down. Yeah. That's pretty much what I wanted to make sure of. Because it would be a little awkward if crouch wasn't overwritten by it. I'm probably gonna need to make multiple variables for this again, won't I? Where, like how I have beginning, charging, and then holding punch. I'm probably gonna need to do a hold, and then descending, and then crashing animation, right? I imagine so. Generally, it won't matter because you won't be falling that long, but no, yeah, I do gotta do that. Well, that's what this whole stream's about, so I guess I'll do it now. Let me change this to the right size of 130, I'm pretty sure. There you go. By 260. There. Zoom in. And let's paint our little... So, the starting ground slam. Drawing, yeah. It's not much of a drawing, but I am doing stuff. So... I'm trying to think of what this would look like. So this is phase one, where you're in the air, you've just jumped, and you've pressed down, so you're about to ground slam. So this is when you're stopping. Drawing stickman in pain is my spirit animal. I'm glad. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Head up here. Body up here. A little, very squished up here. There you go. This one will be our temp grandpa. Tempa, as we've called. Actually, no, we shouldn't call him that. It's a little too similar to a certain other word in my brain. Grandpa. Ground slam 1. And, okay. Grab him. Move him down a little bit. Let's try that again. Actually, let's try that again. There you go. Drag him down a little bit. This is his falling state. Come on. There you go. Then save as, so I don't overwrite the other one. Tempa Ground Slam 2. Or maybe I should just call it Falling. I don't know. And when he reaches the ground, he is like this. The fact that they're in like different positions is actually like really bad because it already moves. So the fact I don't really need to make it move. But again, whatever. It's all temp assets anyway. So let's go into our textures. Let me put these into the folders real quick, actually. Oh, there you go. And drag these assets out. Boom, 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 boom. Convert these into sprites so I can use them. And then, oh geez. This one, this one, this one. Create a flipbook. FB. Actually, no. Whoops. Undo that. I need one for this one. FB. Whoops. No, again. Whoops. There you go. FB. Start. Or ground slam. Temp. Wait. Temp. Ground slam start. Yeah, there you go. Then we make one of this one. FB. Temp. Ground slam. Gosh. Part of the reason that I make so many errors in my typing, by the way, is that, one, I haven't mastered the art of not looking at my keyboard while typing. And two, I've used this keyboard for a decent, like, long enough that the keys have begun to, like, peel off. So I can't even really look at the keyboard too much anymore. I just kind of have to remember where things are. Like, you know, most adults, I guess. I did not have typing class. Ransom. Fallen. And then this one is create flipbook. FB. Temp. Ground slam. End. Put these away into their flipbook section. Man, I have so many flipbooks at this point, and most of them are kind of still images, but it's fine. Typing without looking is fundamental programmer skill. Red, how could you? I haven't needed it. I've just been able to look at the keyboard the whole, like, whatever. And then I look up to make sure that I spelled everything right, and I did, so I'm like, all right, I'll continue. If it's a fundamental skill, it's the fundamental skill I didn't need until now. Yeah, see, why is the collision there? I don't understand. Really annoying. Wait, it's gone. What the? It vanished because I click on it. I clicked on it. What? Huh? It's like I pressed it and it realized, oh wait, I'm not supposed to have collision, and then it stopped having collision. Literal 173 weeping angel. Yeah, the moment I looked at it, it realized it like stopped. What? I'm not even gonna. Whatever. My goodness. Jeez. So, the way that we're gonna be doing this is ground slamming. We'll replace this with starting ground slam. Is starting ground slam. And then is continuing ground slam. Is continuing ground slam. Thou shalt question why thy code behaves like this. You know, maybe I shouldn't, really. Because Unreal Engine, it just does stuff sometimes, I've noticed. You know, actually, let's shorten this just is still ground slamming. Put that in the attacking category. And then finally, is done ground slam. There we go. I've been getting better at Unreal, but I have learned that there are certain things that are annoying, little things that are about the engine themselves rather than anything else. Some things just don't work, or don't work until you reset them, like turn off the engine and then turn it back on, which, I mean, that works for a lot of stuff. But there are little things that aren't quite as convenient as they really should be, considering everything. But to be fair, it's about as good as it can get for like a free engine. Gosh, my throat is catching up on me. Talking so much. But like, I probably should be no, I just not sick. Okay, I'll talk about it a little bit. So I've been talking a lot in the past couple of streams, which, I mean, is a given. I'm talking to people, but normally I have a decent amount of time to rest my voice after. But on one day, I had to go to my church and like sing. So I sang my heart out at church, on stage, and that took my voice from a little sore to rough. And then afterwards, I continued doing streaming. Your voice needs some yeah, my voice probably needs like a full day of rest, honestly. Like, even today, I'm being quieter. I know it may be hard to believe, but I'm actually being very reserved today in how much I'm talking. I yap. I'm a yapper, you know? I can't stop it. You should just stream for less hours or just skip a day or two. I'd really rather not skip like a day. At all. Especially since my channel's on like a rise. Not like a super big rise, but it's like going up. I think I said it at the beginning of stream, but I am thinking of ending stream early today. Maybe at like 4 instead of 5. Yeah, because then I will have to end stream, do stuff. Especially since tomorrow we're gonna be finishing a Harry Potter musical And also, we're probably going to be finishing Edgar Allan Poe's mystery dinner party. So I'm definitely going to be talking a lot tomorrow. So I'm probably going to end stream like an hour early today. And then just maybe take a little honey thing to, like some honey tea to help my throat. No, I can't really miss tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be a pretty big stream. But today, I am trying to keep it easy on my voice. Getting a little closer to the mic, turning my speaking volume down a little bit. Because that does help a little bit. Well, quite a bit, honestly. Is still... Okay. So... Actually, we don't need these here. We need these over by the update animation stuff. What we need here is... Whoops. Set, and then set. So, is starting ground slam is false here. Then it goes through this process. So the whole thing that is, this is again a matter of priority. It's gonna go from top, the highest priority, and no, it starts at the lowest priority, which acts first, and then it's overwritten by the the highest priority, continuously through every step. And for that, so okay, starting ground slam has started. This is where you play your little animation. Then after the delay, start is ground slamming. Is still ground slamming. Set that to true. And then, well, it's still false right now, but I'll set it to true in a moment. After that is set to true, we need this is done ground slamming to happen when falling becomes false. What sets it to false? Well, I guess it depends what calls... oh, on landed. Perfect. We're good then. On landed is not a custom event that I made. It is an event that exists in Unreal already. And we use that, so, okay, our player has landed. That means their feet have touched a floor or something. We're no longer falling. Or specifically, I'm pretty sure it means that we've changed from a falling state to a walking or none state or anything. Just something that isn't falling and is not flying. Uh-oh, what did I do? Give me a moment. My little arm thingy is not doing well, man. Also, it's just not super comfortable anymore. It's almost more comfortable to not use it for my arm. Concept wizards trying to explain to me the difference between being in air and jumping. I mean, it sounds pretty different to me. Speaking of wizards, I've been thinking a little bit about the world building series that I want to work on, and I'm trying to come up with a way to differentiate wizards and cultivators like better. because right now they're kind of just I mean, they are different, clearly. Wizards are physically way weaker than cultivators, and a lot of high level like wizard versus cultivation combat is based off of the idea of, hey, I need to make sure that I don't instantly die when the cultivator speed blitzes me at like lightning speed, like and moves faster than I can like think. I mean, cultivators scale off like a lot more because wizards get more powerful, but their bodies often remain frail. Yeah, like I get that idea, and generally it's true, but I have been working so that it's not really that true. I mean, okay, the big problem is that a lot of cultivators can essentially be magic. Which is like some cultivation stuff is essentially just magic, but like in cultivation style. One of the schools of like wizards that I've invented are like moon, like they base their magic off of the moon, which does have the obvious weakness of, oh wait, what about when the moon isn't up? Or it's not in like the right cycle or whatever. And for that, the yin aligned, yeah. for cultivators, they'd be like yin aligned. For wizards, the high level like lunar wizards, they do their stuff. They just create an artificial moon for their magic. Like an illusion of the moon, essentially. Which works enough. It's like, my magic only works on the full moon, and it's not the full moon. Well, I'll make a fake one. Of course, it's still not as effective as the real full moon. Now watch their cultivator counterpart make a moon inside them. Yeah, see, that kind of goes into the differences between them. And the similarities. I've essentially made wizards a type of cultivator, but they cultivate in a way that's just like kind of incompatible with like normal cultivation, which is like cool, but makes them a lot less interesting, and like they're essentially just cultivators, and I don't really like that. So the basis of the cultivation system is essentially you build up your body to create a... Yeah, so cultivators, you mainly start physical, and then you start integrating like more mystical stuff. While mages essentially start in the complete opposite path, where they start completely mystical and then slowly build up from there in like to bring their bodies up to stuff. Which, I mean, to be fair, is pretty traditional. Like, liches are essentially wizards who have figured out how to deal with their weakness of death. And it's not uncommon for like mages to come up with spells that, like, you know, shields and prevent them from dying and that kind of thing. Since the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh. Exactly. You get what I'm saying. No, actually, wait. I already have the starting ground slam. So I only need, is still ground slamming and is done ground slamming. There we go. And it's just... It's a little difficult to make them just not another flavor of cultivator. Although... Actually... And comprehending the law remakes the body. Yeah, that's... Essentially is the opposite, like, path that they're going down. Whereas cultivators just go from body to soul empowerment, kind of. in my like system, at the very highest levels, cultivators start creating an internal world. You know, very common thing where they like start building their own little reality within their like core. Wizards do that from the beginning. That's like how they start, essentially. It's like, it's literally the top thing for a cultivator is like the bottom thing for a wizard, and then they like both go in like the opposite ways to get to the top. From like a mental world, kind of, yeah. They start with like they like build inside of their soul a little mana garden. It's like a garden. That's what their mana comes from. It's completely like the opposite of how cultivators do things. And in my world, you actually can't be a cultivator and a mage. I mean, you can be, but eventually you have to abandon one path or the other. They grow their like internal world with spells. They like carve spells into their souls, which expand it. Actually, you know what? We're completely off the whatever. I'm too interested into this. We'll change the direction of the stream real quick, I guess. Give me a moment. Where is this? I have a whole full Google Drive folder for this. It would be in... No, it would be over here, actually. Under there. And... in this one, I think? No, this is a completely different thing. Fair enough. Where is it then? Sorry, just give me a moment. Oh, actually, no. I think this is it. I just have 2 documents for it. Yeah. Okay. There we go. The whole mage cultivation essentially is is not complete yet. I'm still like working on it. Reminds you of a group project with you and some of your friends. We try to make something similar. Like divide between that mages use a mixture of mental soul, while cultivations are physical soul. That's essentially it. Okay, boom. Work in progress. So, I finished the cultivation path essentially. Sort of. The very ends. I mean, these are the ends where like they're gods essentially, and that who cares about that, right? They're already divinity at that point. So it's whatever. So they start, you know, gathering ki to reinforce their body. They like condense it in their body, do that, all that kind of stuff. You can work on that while they're still midway through the novels. Genuinely, yeah. Then foundation establishment. This is where you go from just a practitioner essentially to an actual cultivator. Standard all the way up until core formation. And then, after core formation, you enter the spirit realm, where you sever a portion of your soul to create your Nasan soul. And this is like the main focus of the next couple of realms. Cultivation, where you do stuff for your soul. Seek the Tao. And then, to surpass into the like divine realm, you shatter your core. This is where the core that you made all the way back before, you break it now. And you use it to power your new your Nasan soul that you've been growing. And now, there you are. You've ascended to a higher plane. I swear I had more written here. Literally, wait, no, I did have more written here. Where's all the... Here it is. In Dao seeking, you essentially start. You can get your Dao stuff, and then after you've entered the divine realm, you got to break some chains. And after you've broken your chains, you are now essentially you're an earth immortal, which means that you still need, like, you aren't self-perpetuating yet. You require a world that you can, like, absorb energy from to live. And then after you stop being an earth immortal, you become a heavenly immortal. Now you are actually free to do what you want. You are self-perpetuating yourself, your own existence. You don't even if you go to a place with absolutely no key, you are fine. Yeah, they become like spirit life forms. And I haven't actually made like the details of it, but in heavily immortal, this is where you start you take your Tao that you've begun learning, and you start building your internal world with it. In Tao seeking, you kind of start building a mental world, and then in heavenly immortal, that mental world becomes more real, like a real inner, like, spiritual world. So each internal world would be unique. Yes. And then you just essentially just keep going. Become a true immortal, just blah blah blah, until you transcend everything and you become one with the Tao. Since, 3,000 Taos in it. Yes, exactly. Mages follow a slightly different path. Can you see the text, by the way? I know with the Tao, yes. You can. Should I zoom in though? I can. You can, like. Wait, no, there you go. It's over here. Boom. All right. So the terms that mages use are different, just overall. You're divided into orders and circles. Each order has its circles. So 4th order mage, you are 1st circle, 2nd circle, 3rd circle, and then you go into the 3rd order where you're 4th circle, 5th circle, that kind of thing. Circles, my beloved. Yes. The start, I got the start down, but everything else is a little not sure about. Yeah, like 1st order goes all the way to the 12th circle. But 9th circle probably would be an archmage. Mages. Okay, let's just do a side by comparison. Cultivators, they absorb the ki from the world around them and condense it. All right. Could I suggest using some sort of numerical meaning? That feels very wizardly. In what manner? Like, what kind of numerical thing? Gosh, we've been dragged completely off of track of working on Mighty Grandpa, but whatever. I like this. Usually the 3, 6, 9 in Chinese culture. Oh. I mean, each circle is divided into 3, so it's 3, 6, 9, and then 12. Okay, so they awaken their soul to mana. So cultivators awaken their senses to ki, so they can, like, feel it and absorb it. Mages awaken their soul to mana, so they can touch it. And also, circles are based more on how many manas you know, how many spells you know, rather than like how much mana you really have at least in the beginning. And mostly, the first circle is about awakening your affinities. Like, what elements can you touch? What are they? What elements are part of your soul? So you have your affinities. Generally, more affinities is better, but also too many affinities is bad. because in the next circle, you start growing elemental seeds within your soul. These elemental seeds, you have to make one for each of your affinities. These are going to be the things that actually allow you to cast spells like that you power yourself. Because first circle is mainly using the mana around you to do stuff. Second circle is using your own power to start doing stuff. You can also fuse your elemental seed. Like, we go into like various possibilities of things you can do. I try not to make anything that's objectively better than another thing, but I mostly write down the golden path, where if you do all of this, you'll have the strongest foundation, the strongest things. But it's also, if you're not the protagonist, you probably shouldn't do this because it's gonna be very difficult. Both have their upsides, yes. Yeah. So you form your elemental seeds, you grow them. Exactly. Like yes, you know, obviously, you know how fantasy can be. Fire, like, my element's fire, but I learned how to heal you with fire. Like, yes, technically that's possible, but also very unlikely for most people. Well, several elements progress much slower, but you become a jack of all trades. Yes. You grow your elemental seeds so they can power up stronger and stronger spells until, boom, your elemental seeds, which have grown into a garden. They expand their garden so they can hold more elemental mana. So the garden is essentially when you're starting to make your inner world. This is like their form of an inner world, where let's say you have just one element, water. You're one of those mono elemental fake people. You create a lake, and then a lake with a water cycle, and then a lake with a water cycle and temperature changes, and then like a lake with a water cycle, temperature changes, rivers, wave movements. Obviously, maybe you want to make an ocean instead of a lake. It really is up to you, like what kind of person you are. Yeah, and each stage is just you different like milestones to your mana garden. Then we get to the third order, which is incomplete. Various things. Probably actually shouldn't show that. What's the qualitative change between orders? It's mostly just like with cultivators. I treat them just as like you have exited your previous stage and now are in a completely different state of stuff. Well, I mean, that is pretty much the difference. Like in fourth order, you're mainly working on getting your elemental seeds, and the entirety of fourth order is about getting to making your mana garden. It's all building up to that. And then in third order, it's all about plant the garden. Yes. So I'm not gonna scroll down too much because there's other people's stuff, other people's names there. But that section is about carving spells into your mana garden. Carving spells is essentially making that spell a part of you. And carving spells isn't really something you can... It's not just literally going inside of your soul and, you know, writing it, although that does help. It's mainly about using it a lot. It's like a grimoire in your soul. Yes, literally. That's it. Let me write that down. That's a really good comparison, actually. Yes. Turning your soul into a grimoire. Ooh, that could be also how grimoires like exist in this world. You know, when a wizard dies, they can or like before they die, they can take their garden and make like a grimoire of it. Very rare because most don't do that before they die, but they can. And then that's how we can have like cursed grimoires or grimoires that only allow like follow certain families, because like it's alive. They're not gonna let themselves get used by anybody. Only my descendants get to use me. Reminds you of LOTM's system. All right, yeah. No, I'll make a note about that as well. Actually, note. Grimoires can be passed down. Yeah. So long as the mage makes them before. Very rare. Most grimoires probably are super uncommon, but if your ancestor was smart enough to like realize, okay, I'm gonna die of old age, I should probably put these down in somewhere. Every time a Beyonder wizard dies, they leave behind a part of their characteristic power. There you go. All right, with that off screen, I can like look at other stuff. Ah, okay, there we go. The grimoire that you're making in your mana garden could also be a wizard inscribing their inner world into a book. Not as effective as literally putting your inner world out, but perhaps an archer. Maybe, yeah. Those could probably be like spell books, you know? Things that, like, if you follow them, allow you to cast a single spell, but only if while you're using them. How about a botch grimoires made from forceful extractions? Ooh, maybe, yeah. I imagine those are a lot. Those are probably actually cursed. Like, we have grimoires, and then you have cursed grimoires, where, like, if you forcefully extract it and try to make a grimoire of it, it'll work if you do it right, but also that hatred still is there because it knows because they know what you did to them, and they know. Ooh, I like that. Oh man, actually this works so well. This like answers a lot of questions that I was thinking about. I was having issues with the third order, honestly. But this all treating it like a grimoire makes so much sense, actually. My goodness. Because before it was kind of like you were supposed to make like a mana core, which I know it's kind of like a core for a cultivator, but the difference is that a mana core was supposed to be a bundle of spells. But when you think about it, that's just a grimoire. You're making a grimoire. Inner core, yeah, it's essentially that. But no, I'm gonna call it a grimoire, and it's gonna be their core. Because their mana core is literally just a grimoire. That's what my goodness. It's crazy how just you could describe something and it's exactly like something else, but because you don't think of the name, it doesn't quite click, you know? Because it's the exact same idea, but now that you said grimoire, it all like came together. And ton of vision turns happen. Yeah. Oh my gosh, actually, because here's like the original idea that I was thinking, where your mana garden, you begin carving spells into it. Their purpose is to essentially strengthen your soul, make it so that like certain spells become a part of you, just like passively, and then you're supposed to use it all to create a grimoire or your mana core. But I'm not sure how to integrate those ideas. Like, my goodness, this stream idea has been taken off. By the way, at the moment, are you considering spells as mana made into a form of order of some kind through like a magic schema? Yes, I am pretty much. There are multiple different types of like magic. The third order is when you really are supposed to, like, before you mostly learn like with emotions and like logic. Imagination is mostly the previous order, like fourth. And third, you're learning proper magic now. You begin with geometric magic, which is the most logical and easiest to learn because it's mainly just shapes to guide mana. And then that's fourth circle. Then in the fifth circle, you learn runic magic as well. Obviously, you don't have to do it in this order, but after third order was yeah. And then you learn runic, and you can start combining that runic and geometric to like do a lot more stuff. And then I don't know what else you learn after runic, to be honest with you. I didn't really think of many other types because like runic and shape, imagination, runic, I mean geometric and runic. What idea do you have for runes so far? Personally, my favorite is that they're a way to communicate with the world. Curious about what you've cooked. I actually haven't looked at this stuff in a minute. So let me see. I have no notes on what I thought runic was. Incredible. I have no notes for it. But I do like the idea generally that runic magic is like primordial words, essentially. The runic word for fire is like, it is fire. That word is fire itself. So when you speak it, that's why it has so much power. What if a spell was an order or a chain of orders that you force into your world? Could be a specific kind of spells used only particularly spell. They're back to Norse mythology runes and primordial runes. Yeah, that's like the logic that I'm thinking of. And they essentially, yeah, magic is a main thing that I want to keep in mind when differentiating mages and wizard and cultivators is that cultivators, even though they are going against, you know, heaven and all that kind of stuff, their main thing is that they are becoming one with the Tao, you know, like they are taking the Tao and becoming one with it. While in my mind, mages, while they do come to understand the world as well, they change the world to be different. They break rules, I like to think. Cultivators wish to replace the heaven. Yes, that's also true. I don't know if the differences are very logical, but that's kind of like what I'm thinking. Let me put a note for what runes are, by the way, just so I don't forget. Runes. You know, I'll just say runes are primordial. And insert string of commands. Materialize spell. Yeah. I mean, that's what high level like runic magic probably is like, where it's essentially just you talking, being like speaking out a line of commands that only you understand, but the world is like, ah, yes, I got you, fam. So you probably have to do a lot of meditation to like learn what words are, like the runic words. It's like cultivating the Tao, honestly, but with magic. Like you can contemplate on the Tao of fire, while they are finding the runic word for fire. Let me pull up things I can actually like look in it. Less than an order of spell to follow, more of a spell being an order that you forcibly impose upon the world. Yeah. I do like I do like mages forcefully imposing their will upon the world. Like, I like that logic, that magic is forced upon the world. Okay. Oh, stick circle is right there. I was like, wait, I couldn't find it. I just didn't like do the underline. Oh, okay, wait. I have some notes here, actually, and these make sense. So, in the Mana Garden stage, you start carving spells into your soul, right? There are only so many spells that your soul can, like, hold, pretty much. To use a school analogy, wizards are rebel rule breakers, and cultivators are teachers, past straight A students that want to supplant the teacher. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like magic being unnatural and forceful and making it unstable and a very scary force really appealing to you. Yeah, I like that. I do actually really like that. Okay, so in the third order, the whole point is to create your grimoire. You start carving spells into your soul until your soul literally can't hold anymore. And you do this by using geometric and runic magic to, like, you know, make all those carvings. And hopefully, you've done this in a way where you can now create a grimoire, or your inner core, whatever you want to call it. I mean, cultivators would call it inner core, even if you described it differently. And you create... Okay, the process is a little, like, uncertain. I think that's part of the thing that's, like, confusing me. Is, like... Because it feels like a weird jump to go from, okay, you've been carving spells into your soul, and now you are creating an inner grimoire where even more spells will be contained. Oh wait, no, I got it. Okay. You etch spells into your soul, they become mostly passive, a lot of those. Spells that become part of your grimoire are spells that you can essentially cast freely. But of course you can, like, empower them to be stronger as well. I feel like there's a gap between the whole carving spells into your garden and actually turning it into a grimoire that I don't know, it's really bothering me. And I can't make that jump myself. I don't know. Can you guys... I'm trying to think. Let me do this a little bit while I think. Hello. Welcome back, Wayne. I don't know. That gap between carving your spells into your soul and then turning it into a grimoire. I mean, why does it need to really be a jump, you know? Could base it around a single spell. Like, sure, you can carve several into your soul, but you have one main spell around which you center your grimoire core. Ooh, I like that. Okay, there we go. Wait, actually, no, I really like that. Create grimoire. I'm like writing like a half unfinished thing there. Okay, yeah. Although I guess the thing that's the question is like, what's the difference between etching a spell into your soul and making grimoire around it, right? Because they feel both kind of the same amount of importance. Because it's your soul, you know. Most of the third order is learning how to create a grimoire. Generally, it's, you know, you learn geometric magic, you learn runic magic, and now you use all that to like start carving spells into your soul. And wait, okay, I got it. Sixth circle is carving spells into your soul. To ascend to the second order, you have to create a grimoire. One is a shortcut, reducing the time needed to cast it. That's, oh my god, that's so obvious. That's literally, you're so right. Wait, no, that's literally, that's it. There we go. That's such a good idea. Okay. So in the sixth circle, you begin carving spells into your soul, into your mana garden. You know, remember the mana garden. And these spells that you carve into your mana garden have two purposes. One, so that you can, you know, cast spells faster. Now you don't need to create the magic circle. You don't need to do any of that stuff. You just go out and inside your soul, if it flares, boom, spell casted. I love that. Do I already? Yeah. Okay, that's what's confusing me. Sorry, I'm like, continue ground slam, finish ground slam, end ground slam. It's like the difference between opening a game and going to this PC, or C, whatever, games, etc., and using a shortcut in the desktop. Yes, that's literally, that's it. You're right. And then grimoires, this spell becomes a part of you, like a fundamental part of you. Update and I actually really like that idea. By the way, I should check if this is working. I'm sorry, give me a moment. ¿Estás seguro que cogió? Uh-oh. We're stuck in our falling position. That's a problem. I mean, I really do like talking about this. We should probably finish at least the ground slam animations before we keep talking about it. Right. I think the issue is that... Oh, no. Solved it already. It's fine. I mean, I'm very happy that we talked about it. Genuinely, a lot of progress made there. Not because I was really genuinely very stuck on where to take the whole like carving spells into your soul, because that's like so cool. I think that's really awesome, but I didn't know where to take that. Done ground slamming, starting ground slam. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is still ground slamming. There we go. I just gotta grab this and turn it off. It's enjoyable, those kind of world, but yeah, I mean, that's part of what I really like about world building, is just finding out like an explanation, you know? That's part of why whenever I read like stuff, especially in hindsight, I don't really like treating things as like plot holes. This might seem like a non sequitur for a moment, but I like trying to find an in-universe reason for why there's a plot hole. There we go. Yeah, that works. Wait. Well, I mean, it kind of works. There's a slight issue where it kind of ends too fast. Where if you let it go, it's canceled, which it just is not supposed to be how it works. It's hard to see. Let's just run through the level for a little bit. What the? Now these ones are... This is ridiculous. I don't understand. Why? Why do they have collision? Get out of my way. Oh gosh. Get out. Ah, die. Die. Gotta touch them. That's how it works. I mean, yeah. I guess. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. No. No. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh, door stuck. Door stuck. There you go. Look, I just touched them and the collision goes away. Crazy. Actually crazy. Whatever. Gotta eat soon and concentrate on some other thingies. I'll leave the stream. Alright, see y'all, bro. Thank you for lurking. Okay. The problem is I think I have to like reconstruct like how ground slam works if I want to have it function properly. At least specifically cancel. If you canceled, maybe I gotta recreate all this code essentially on the canceled route and have it that when it's canceled, it does pretty much everything continuously. Except like this, like start timer by event. That seems wrong, to be honest with you. Like, to get an idea of what I'm saying that I think I should do is pop this out and then copy like everything here, pop it over here, get rid of like that, get rid of this timer, and do this. I don't think that's right, though, to be honest with you. I don't know. I've got no idea. Oh, now I can't even undo. How annoying. But again, that doesn't seem right. Honestly, I think I'm going to leave it as is. It's not the biggest deal to me. I don't think it's that much of a problem. As long as the animations are mostly there. Future Riddick has problem. That's what I'm saying. Look at him go. I don't know. I like Temp Grandpa. Unfortunately, what is causing this issue? I got stuck in a crouch position. Oh, man. I have no idea what caused that. Tragic. Tragic. Hello, other people on Twitch, by the way. I see you. Yeah, I don't know. Although, to be completely honest, my thoughts have been taken fully away from Mighty Grandpa. He's like barely on my thoughts right now. World building. I get sucked into it so easily. Okay, go down this branch. If you are starting, if you press cancel, or if you like let go of the key, it still continues. There's no way to stop it. Triggering is still being processed. Maybe I should try to change the trigger event for this thing and have that be... I don't know. My focus is not here. Oh, man. Because I really like the idea that... Alright, like, third order is all about learning how to start carving spells into your soul. And then second order is about making your grimoire and then growing it. Like, adding additional spells to your grimoire. Because that's so cool. Like, the 3 orders of a grimoire are essentially just adding more spell... Like, expanding from that original spell that you used to make your grimoire. Like, making spells, expanding from there. Or just expanding the spell itself. Like, its capabilities, what it can do. I'm not trying to think of exactly how you expand it. Like... Oh, and this is another situation where that both are possible paths. Yeah, like either making the spell itself more or making spells from it. And you could do both. It is a grimoire. Like, versatility is a wizard's, like, main thing, so... And... that's very fun. Also, it also adds another little question where... What kind of spell do you want to put into your grimoire? Because there's a ton of spells out there. If you put a spell that is too complicated or, like, too specific, you might have a difficult time growing it. Some wizards decide to over-specialize in that spell. Others decide to expand their arsenal. Yeah. Like, you know, if you put a basic firebolt spell in as the one you put in your grimoire, you can work a lot on that. Make it bigger, more versatile. Maybe like a chain gun fireball spell or something. But yeah, if you put a spell that's too complicated, you might not know how to improve it, or you might not be able to like see what, like, over again, if it's too specific, like, where do you go from there? And yes, again, a low complexity spell is easier to upgrade, but where do you start? Of course, if you're like a protagonist, you probably put a super complicated spell and then you spend like 100 chapters figuring out how to expand it way better. There's a lot of options. Oh, speaking of protagonists, I tried, I've been thinking a lot about that. I want to integrate the idea of protagonists into this world. Protagonist starting out with a regression spell and aims at making the law of time his servant. I mean, fair enough. But I'm taking this from another like cultivator quest that I've participated in before. But there are going to be these things called these golden ages in the world, where a golden age is literally just a bunch of really talented people happen to be born around the same time, and protagonists are generally golden age. Just if a person is born who would normally be in a golden age outside of a golden age, they are protagonists essentially. I always hate how in most novels MCs always like starts during Dark Age. He's the only talented. Yes, it's really annoying, honestly, especially because, like, how are you supposed to care about any characters when all of them like lag so far behind? It's like, it's a crazy amount. Ah, man. So golden ages are just waves of really talented people being born at the same time. I took this idea from a quest on Sufficient Velocity, a forum, where it's a cultivator quest where it's a riot quest as well, where every player is their own character. SV, yeah. You might have heard of this. And it's really fun. I participated in it for a while. My character recently died. Well, they died because I retired and I wanted to go out with a blaze of glory. So, pretty cool. Rarely SV? That's fair. I prefer SB as well, personally. And QQ as well. Interesting. And in that thing, as an explanation for why so many, like, talented people, because, like, every player was unique. You could, when you made a character, you could have, like, a thing that's, like, unique to you. As long as it's not, like, too crazy or whatever. Like, my character had a special bloodline that made him, like, bad at absorbing ki, but, like, super resistant to it. Where you could fight, like, a realm above by the end of people who had, like, were hitting him with, like, pure ki attacks. When there's too many protagonists, there's no protagonist. Best balancing. Yeah. And the explanation in universe for why so many talented and, like, special people were appearing at the same time was we're in a golden age. And it's actually even cooler because in universe, golden ages happen, like, every once in a while to other factions, but never to our faction, because our faction, we cursed ourselves at the very beginning, and oh, it's a whole thing. Yeah. And suddenly our faction, now that the curse is finally ran out, we now have tons and tons of talented people. What's the quest name? It's this is a good seed. This is a good seed. this is a good seed, I think. Or, this is a good seed. You'll probably find it on SV if you look at it, like, those, along those general lines. This is a good seed, yeah. Really good. I really liked it while I was participating in it. Genuinely, that inspired me for like a lot of ideas. This junior is a good seed. Thank you. I was close. I was close. You know what? This is not a productive stream, but this was a good stream. I liked it. I should be a little more focused next time. Gonna give it a read when we're done. All right. It's mostly every update is mostly about what has happened. Most of the story is in the side story that people write, like for their characters. Victor Wolf was my character. He had a couple of stories before I just didn't have time. And I decided to go out in a blaze of glory instead of the slow death that would likely happen instead. I think the problem is there's no delays here. Yeah, I like poisoned an entire. I like foiled a plan and made a really important route that enemies were using to attack us unusable, but also it's just full of poison now. The only reason my character survived long enough to make sure that the plan was foiled, that the poison would not like get to our side, is that he just lived long enough. He was like the only person who could at that level in that area. Yeah, I definitely gotta add a delay somewhere here. Okay, we have this delay, but we need a delay over here. There we go. Just drag that. Put this over here. I think we make this like 0.3. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. I felt bad about dropping out, but I just didn't have the creative juices or motivation to keep going. They're always recruiting people, though, if you want to participate. Okay. That's a problem. Yeah, no, we need this to be... We need to put this, that stuff after stop move immediately. Or set movement, this one, yeah. Set movement mode to none. Put that there. Replace this one, then go into is still ground slamming. I just need a situation where I can set it so that to stop is still ground slamming. End ground slam. Is done. Wait, do I have is done ground slam positive ever? Does it ever like just happen? No, it doesn't. Okay. So let's just have that happen over here. I just need a delay before we turn it off. There you go. There we go. That should be it. Add a delay here, like a 0.3. And we are Gucci. I don't think I've ever used that word. Whatever. We're alright. Is landed. Why? This one is idle, but idle should be getting overwritten by this because this one has higher priority. And this one is crouch. Wait. Huh? What's happening here? Let me turn this into like this. You read a guy 2024. Yep, that's me. Fix? No, apparently not. And I'm not really sure why, to be honest with you. Something's wrong, but not tell you what. Well, I mean, I know what's wrong. I just don't know how to fix it, is what I'm saying. Animation do be tricky, though. Okay. Let's see. Mainly the issue is when I let go, right? If I hold it... No, but even when I'm holding it, it doesn't happen. This never happens. Oh, wait. I forgot to set it to true. I forgot to make it become true at any point. Ah, right. There's a slight issue. This happens every time we land. It's just the asset that we're using to show that this is on landing, which happens every time we land. Which means that we need to add a branch here. Which we can set pretty easily, actually. Gosh, at this point, this line is gonna get so long. But it's gonna have to get a little longer now. With this, I think we're pretty much... We didn't finish all the animation, but that... We would have finished a decent amount. We got the main attack. We had the ground slam. And after this, we just need, I'm pretty sure, to work with the charge. Or like the slide, whatever. There you go. Attack. Ramming attack. That's literally the last attack we need to do. Here, we need to add a branch. And on this branch, we need to make sure is starting ground slam true. If it is, then do all this other stuff. If it's not, then don't. This way, we won't turn into a bird every time we fall. Only when we're falling from the ground slam. See, there you go. Ah, finally. Honestly, with all this stuff, it might be easier just move this over here. Then move this. Come on. Just let me grab you. No. Fine. And then just move all of this stuff over here instead of having this winding path of connections. Oh, I almost deleted both of them instead of just the one that I wanted to delete. That would have been really bad. Alright, don't worry though, he will no longer turn into a bird. That was a mere temporary situation. As funny as it would be to have him be a bird forever. There we go. Bird paw real. My favorite bird paw. My only bird paw. And now we can change this back to a different animation. And it's almost 4, and I did say that I was going to end stream an hour early. Mainly to rest my voice. So we will do this and maybe talk a little bit for the remainder, and then I'm out. Oh, you're not ending it? I mean, no, it's like 10. We still got like 10 minutes before 4 for me. Look at him landing. Alright. With that, I'll probably close out here. With a landing frame. Whatever. It's fine. Bring us over to just chatting. Hello. Looks so goofy. Hey, don't make fun of your grandpa. He's an old man, you know? He's doing his best. He's trying to save his grandkids. Yeah. Honestly, a lot of fun talking about... What is that? Let's see, what was I saying? Right. I really like talking about that, like, differences between a mage and cultivator, doing a little bit of building. See, that's the kind of thing that makes me want to do, instead of a YouTube series, just do a Twitch thing. But maybe we can do both. Not really. Because I don't want to cut into my reaction time, and I don't want to cut into my working on Mighty Grandpa time. Which, clearly, working together here did cut into my Mighty Grandpa time a lot. And it essentially just broke any focus I had on it. But, I don't know. But it was fun. It was really fun. Gosh, my throat. Sorry, I hit the mic. Gosh. I was a fan of this kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, if you're a fan, maybe I'll see you next time. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing I'm going to finish off some reactions that I started yesterday and on another day. And after that, I will be back with Mighty Grandpa. Although, I don't know, maybe I'll I'll try doing a little thing with the series. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm just like kind of thinking like how we can do that. But watch like till like Saturday, because then school comes back with vengeance. 3 exams in a row. Woo. Well, I'll be glad to have you for however much time you're willing to be here. Are you wrapping things up? Yeah. You know, Gwen convinced me to end stream like earlier because my throat's a little. Ugh. But yeah, probably gonna be ending pretty soon. So just gonna chat for a couple minutes before I head out. Really like doing all that world building stuff. Really, it's reminding me how much I genuinely love world building. Which is also like the main reason I got into making games, because I want to build worlds. I like sharing stuff that I've made. And you know, Mighty Grandpa, its world is a little underdeveloped for me, but my brother is mostly the one making it. But I do like just making stuff. It's fun. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to make this a YouTube series on my channel, where I like world build, that kind of thing. I did say I was probably gonna put it on my main channel, which I say main as if I have a second channel. But I don't know. It probably would be better to be on a second channel. I just don't feel like making a second channel. Really. As long as it doesn't hurt my voice. Yes, thank you. I'm will care for it. Whew. I'm probably gonna avoid singing as well. So just to let my throat really recover. I say that, and then immediately I like kind of get into music, and I'm about to like start rocking out. Oh man, I was glad to have you guys here, you know, on the stream. Lorem is usually always here, but he hasn't been in the past couple of streams. And streaming to no one is kind of sucks. I'll be real. So genuinely, I'm glad to have you guys here. It's been nice. Honestly, I say just chat, but I don't really have much to say. Mighty Grandpa's coming along well. Again, not a very productive stream. Hardly around a few times, but considering that right now I'd be getting home from class, it will be hard. I mean, that's totally understandable. Not productive, but fun. Indeed, indeed. Gosh, my throat. It's rough. And you know, I hope to see you guys next time on the next stream, tomorrow, day after, whenever you guys can. I will always be here, except on Sundays. I don't stream on Sunday. Sundays are like too busy for me. But every other day, I will be here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Oh. Normally, I do like a little, this is the outro song, little song that I sing, but yeah, I should probably let my voice rest.